All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started with lesson 4. Okay, this whole week we've been working with identities and the relationships between addition and subtraction, multiplication and division. Yesterday we worked with the with the relationship between multiplication and addition, and today we're going to work on the relationship between division and subtraction. And how that's going to look are going to be problems like 12 divided by x equals 4, which that is equal to 12 minus x minus x minus x minus x equals 0. Okay, because 12 divided by x equals 4. Okay, well, it's going to be 3. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. So in this case, x equals 3. Okay, so now 12 minus 3 is 9, minus 3 is 6, minus 3 is 3, and minus 3 equals 0. Okay, and we're going to talk about some more examples. Just be patient. So let's look at this discussion. You don't have this on your papers yet, so just pay attention to the video. It says, is this relationship always true? Let's try to prove that it is. Okay, so they give us a problem. It is 20 divided by x equals 5. Well, what's x going to equal? What divided by, or what is 20 divided by something that equals 5? Well, x is going to equal 4, right? Because 20 divided by 4 equals 5. So x is a number. What does 20 divided by x equals 5 mean? Okay, that means that x is going to equal 4. Okay, now what must x be in this division sentence? 4. Let's keep taking away x until we reach 0. It's telling us to build a subtraction sentence. Okay, so this is what they did to the right on the tape diagrams. They had 20 divided by x. We know x is 4. Okay, so now we had 20 into 5 equal parts because 20 divided by 4 equals 5. Okay, now we're going to build our subtraction sentence. Okay, 20 minus x, and then it goes on to 20 minus x, then 20 minus x minus x minus x, and as you see, that starts blocking out the tape diagram, and then 20 minus x minus x minus x equals x. All we have left is x, and then if you subtract x 5 times from 20, then you're going to end up with 0. So what two operations are we relating? We are relating division and subtraction. Okay, that is what we are relating. Okay, so let's look at exercise 1 on your papers. Exercise 1 says, build subtraction equations using the indicated equations. The first example has been completed for you. So let's look at the first example. It has 12 divided by x equals 4. 12 minus x minus x minus x minus x equals 0. Okay, and we know x equals 3. They made a tape diagram with 12 units, and they made 4 groups of 3. Okay, so now let's look at 18 divided by x equals 3. Okay, so that means that this is going to be 18 minus x minus x minus x equals 0. Okay, so the answer that we get is how many times you are going to subtract x. Okay, and in this case, what is x? X is going to be 6. So when we build our tape diagram with 18 units, let's do that real quick. 18 units, I'm going to circle 3 groups of 6, okay? There's 1 group, there's 2 groups, and there's 3 groups. Okay, so now we have 3 groups of 6, okay? 18 divided by 6 equals 3. So 18 minus 6 minus 6 minus 6 is going to equal 0, okay? Now, we have 35 divided by y. This equals 5, okay? So, what is y going to be in this situation? Well, y is going to equal 7, okay? Y is going to equal 7. So, we have to subtract y from 35 7 times in order to get to 0. So we have 35 minus y minus y minus y minus y minus y minus y and minus y equals 0. And I'm not going to make a tape diagram with 35 units. That's just too much units to do, okay? Now, let's look at the next one. 42 divided by z equals 6. Okay, so we're going to have to subtract z from 42 6 times in order to get 0. Well, what does z equal? Z is going to equal 7 as well. Okay, so this is going to be 42 minus z minus z minus z minus z minus z minus z equals 0. So technically, we are subtracting 7 from 42 6 times in order to get 0, okay? Hopefully this is starting to make sense. We're still going to continue to do some more examples. So now, now it's giving us a division equation, and it's the divisor indicates the number of units. So we're going to be using numbers now, okay? So it says 12 divided by x equals 4, okay? So we need to figure out what x is. X in this case equals 3. So we're going to subtract 4 from 12 3 times in order to get 0. They made a tape diagram there, okay? And they had 3 groups of 4, okay? Now let's do the same thing with 18. Now we have 18 divided by x equals 3. X equals 6, so that means we need to take away 3 6 times from 18 to equal 0, okay? Then we're going to make a tape diagram with 18 units. Okay, 18 units, and I'm going to circle 6 groups of 3, okay? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, okay? And there you have it. Now, we have 35 divided by y equals 5. We need to figure out what y is. Well, y equals 7. Okay, y equals 7, so that means we need to take away 5 from 35 7 times. So this is going to be 35 minus 5 minus 5 minus 5 minus 5 minus 5 minus 5 minus 5. This is going to equal 0. Okay, now we have 42 divided by z equals 6. Okay, 42 divided by z equals 6. So, z is going to equal 7 as well, because 42 divided by 7 equals 6. So that means we have to subtract 6 from 42 7 times. So this is going to be 42 minus 6, minus 6, minus 6, minus 6, minus 6, minus 6, minus 6 equals 0. Okay, I'm not going to make you do a tape diagram with 42 units. Okay? All right, guys, I hope that's making sense. Let's look at exercise 2. Exercise 2 says answer each question using what you learn about the relationship of division and subtraction. It says if 12 divided by x equals 3, how many times would x be subtracted from 12 in order for the answer to be 0? Okay, so first of all, let's figure out what is x. X is going to equal 4, okay, because 12 divided by 4 equals 3. How many times are you going to have to subtract 4 in order to get 0? Subtract 4 from 12 in order to get 0. Going to have to subtract it 3 times. Okay. Now let's look at letter B. Letter B says 36 minus f minus f minus f minus f equals 0. It says write a division sentence for the repeated subtraction sentence. What is the value of x? So how many f's do we have? We have 4. Okay, so that means 36 divided by 4 equals f. Okay, 36 divided by 4 equals f. In this case, f is going to equal 9. Okay, that means if you plug in 9 for f, 36 minus 9 minus 9 minus 9 is going to equal 0. Okay. Now let's look at letter C. Letter C says if 24 plus b equals 12, which number is being subtracted 12 times in order for the answer to be 0? Okay. Well, 24 divided by b equals 12, so b is going to equal 2. Okay. 24 divided by 2 equals b. So 2 is going to be subtracted 12 times in order to get 0. So the answer is 2. All right, guys, let's go ahead and look at the problem set. Okay, the problem set, the first one tells us 24 plus x minus 4. Okay, now we're going to be using the divisor indicates the size of the unit. So this is when we're subtracting x's. Okay, we're going to subtract x from 24 4 times. Okay, so 24 minus x minus x minus x minus x equals 0. And what does x equal? X equals 6. Okay. Number 2, 36 divided by x equals 6. That means I'm going to subtract x from 36 6 times. So this is 36 minus x minus x minus x minus x minus x minus x equals 0. Okay? And in this case, x is going to equal 6 because 36 divided by 6 equals 6. Okay, let's look at 28. Or number 3, 28 divided by y equals 7. That means we're going to have to subtract y from 28 7 times. 28 minus y 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 equals 0. Okay, and in this case, x is going to equal 4. Okay, because 28 divided by 4 equals 7. And 30 divided by y equals 5. That means that you're going to have to subtract y 5 times from 30. 30 minus y minus y minus y minus y minus y equals 0. And y is going to equal 6. Okay. And last one, 16 divided by z equals 4. We're going to subtract z 4 times. 16 minus z minus z minus z minus z equals 0. Okay? And z is going to equal 4 because 16 divided by 4 equals 4. Now, the last part of the problem set, okay, says divisor indicates the number of units, okay? So now, if the divisor indicates the number of units, we're going to subtract the real number, okay? So 20 divided by x equals 4, okay? What does x equal? X is going to equal 6. So that means we're going to subtract 4 from 24 6 times. And this is going to equal 0, okay? All right, guys, do the rest on your own. Hold on to these papers, and we'll look over them on Monday. Don't throw them away. Keep them in a safe spot, and we'll talk about this on Monday. Have a great weekend. Work on the math review if you haven't finished it. If you have finished it, work on IXL letter U. Have a great day, guys. See you later, and have a great weekend.